Welcome back, wrestling fans, to Wainsider, where we peel back the layers of the WWE Universe to reveal the raw, beating heart of its stories. Just minutes ago, Jimmy Uso sent a chilling warning to Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill after a brutal attack on his wife, Naomi, shaking the foundations of the Bloodline's legacy. This isn't just a feud, it's a deeply personal saga of power, betrayal, and family fractures that will leave you breathless. The Bloodline has been WWE's cornerstone, a dynasty built on Roman Reigns' unyielding reign as the tribal chief. His dominance, flanked by the Usos, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman's cunning, was a fortress of family loyalty. But beneath the surface, silent resentment simmered, Jimmy's loyalty tested by Roman's shadow, Jay's rebellion for independence, and Solo's hunger for control. The Anoa family's pride was both their strength and their Achilles heel. Naomi, married to Jimmy in real life, was a radiant force in the women's division, her bond with the Bloodline a quiet thread in their tapestry. Her friendship with Bianca Belair was a beacon of unity, their tag team matches electric displays of sisterhood. Jade Cargill's arrival added a new dynamic, her powerhouse presence complementing Bianca's persona. But the Bloodline's influence cast a long shadow, and tensions were brewing. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. Jimmy Uso's role in the Bloodline had always been complex. As the twin brother of Jay, he stood loyally by Roman, but the pressure to prove himself gnawed at him. His alignment with Solo's new Bloodline faction marked a shift, a quiet rebellion against Roman's control. Naomi's ties to the family through marriage made her a bridge between worlds, but also a target in the growing storm. Bianca Belair, the Est, carried her own burdens. Her rise to the top was marked by resilience, but the weight of expectations, both from fans and herself, pressed heavily. Her friendship with Naomi was a rare constant, a bond forged through shared struggles. Jade, newer to WWE, brought a fresh energy, but her ambition stirred unease, a subtle tension that the Bloodline's watchful eyes noticed. The SmackDown arena was alive with anticipation, the crowd buzzing as Bianca and Jade faced off against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Naomi, at ringside, cheered her friends, her glow illuminating the scene. But backstage, whispers hinted at trouble. The Bloodline's new faction, led by Solo, was restless, their loyalty to family now tangled with ambition. The stage was set for chaos. Jimmy's devotion to Naomi was unwavering, a love story that transcended the ring. But his alignment with Solo's faction put him at odds with Jay, who had distanced himself from the Bloodline's new direction. The brothers' rift was a quiet wound, their once inseparable bond strained by differing visions of legacy. Naomi, caught in the middle, tried to hold them together, but the pressure was mounting. Health concerns shadowed the roster. Naomi had been nursing a minor knee injury, a fact she downplayed to keep competing. Bianca, too, pushed through shoulder pain, her drive to remain the Est overriding caution. Jade, still proving herself, hid her own fatigue, the toll of WWE's grueling schedule a silent burden. The Bloodline's watchful eyes saw weakness, an opportunity to assert dominance. The women's division was a tight-knit family, but cracks were forming. Bayley, a mentor to Naomi, sensed the tension but couldn't pinpoint its source. Sasha Banks, now wrestling elsewhere, posted cryptic messages on X, hinting at unrest in WWE's ranks. The backstage dynamics were shifting, with alliances tested by the Bloodline's growing influence and the women's division's own rivalries. The attack came like a lightning strike, a shocking climax that stunned the WWE Universe. As Bianca and Jade celebrated a hard-fought victory, Jade turned on Naomi, delivering a brutal jaded that left her crumpled at ringside. The crowd gasped, Bianca frozen in disbelief as Jade stood over Naomi, her face unreadable. The betrayal was raw, a wound that cut through the arena's cheers. https://fancy4work.com/post/breaking-jimmy-uso-sends-furious-ultimatum-to-dash-jade-cargill-after-horific-attack-on-Naomi-threatening-that dashnanu-2.html Closing parenthesis. Jimmy's Uso's reaction was immediate, just minutes ago, he took to the ring, mic in hand, and issued a bold warning to Bianca and Jade. "You touch my wife, you deal with me," he roared, his voice thick with rage. "This ain't over." The crowd erupted, sensing the Bloodline's wrath, but the pain in Jimmy's eyes spoke of a deeper hurt, a husband defending his love, a brother caught in a fracturing family. https://www.youtube.com/watch. V = Kludkarif. Backstage, chaos reigned. Bianca confronted Jade, her voice shaking with betrayal. Why, Jade? She was our sister. Jade's silence was deafening, her motives unclear. Whispers suggested Solo's faction had influenced her, a calculated move to weaken the women's division and assert bloodline dominance. The locker room was divided, with some blaming Jade, others questioning Bianca's loyalty to Naomi. Jey Uso, Naomi's brother-in-law, was torn. His Instagram story, posted hours before, had praised Naomi's resilience, but now he faced a family divided. Sometimes you gotta crash out, sis, he'd written, unaware of the storm to come. His loyalty to Jey's YEET movement clashed with Jimmy's rage, deepening the Anoa family's rift. The betrayal wasn't just Jade's, it was a fracture in blood. https://wrestle-talk.com/news/way-naomi-attack-Jey-Uso/closing parenthesis. The scandal erupted online, with fans on X accusing WWE of orchestrating the attack for ratings. Hashtags like #ProtectNaomi trended, as clips of Jade's assault and Jimmy's warning went viral. Some speculated Solo's faction had manipulated Jade, using her ambition to sow chaos. The trust between fans and WWE was shaken, a familiar wound reopened. https://www.youtube.com/watch. V = QFQDPK4PK. Naomi's condition added fuel to the fire. Insiders reported she was shaken but stable, her knee injury aggravated by the attack. Jimmy's protective fury was palpable, his promos now laced with personal pain. He spent nights by her hospital bed, his loyalty to her clashing with his role in Solo's faction. The Bloodline's legacy, once a symbol of unity, was now a battleground of personal vendettas. Bianca's grief was a quiet storm. She posted a tearful video on X, apologizing to Naomi and vowing to make things right. Her bond with Naomi was real, a sisterhood forged in the ring, now tested by Jade's actions. Backstage, she clashed with Triple H, demanding answers about Jade's unchecked aggression. The backstage whispers grew louder, painting a picture of a company struggling to control its stars. Roman Reigns, the absent tribal chief, felt the weight from afar. His leadership had once held the bloodline together, but Solo's rise had shifted the power. Roman's silence on the matter spoke volumes, his own health struggles, a lingering shoulder injury, keeping him from the ring. The family's legacy was slipping, torn by ambition and betrayal. The women's division reeled from the fallout. Bayley and Becky Lynch rallied around Naomi, their promos calling for unity. But Jade's betrayal had fractured trust, with some superstars siding with her ambition, others condemning her actions. The locker room dynamics were a microcosm of the bloodline's own struggles, power versus loyalty, family versus self. The Anoa families, matriarchs, like Patricia Anoa, watched in sorrow. The attack on Naomi wasn't just a storyline, it was a personal wound, a reminder that their legacy was vulnerable. Jimmy's warning to Bianca and Jade was more than a threat, it was a husband's cry, a brother's rage, a man caught between love and duty. Triple H faced mounting pressure. The decision to let Jade's attack unfold sparked accusations of negligence, with fans demanding accountability. New safety protocols were rumored, dubbed Naomi's Shield, by fans, but the damage was done. The WWE Universe's trust hung by a thread, their love for the stars tested by the chaos. Jimmy's warning resonated beyond the ring. His words were a vow to protect his wife, but also a challenge to the bloodline's fracturing legacy. Solo's faction, emboldened by the attack, pushed forward, but their actions alienated fans. Jey's YEET movement offered hope, a counterpoint to Solo's aggression, but the family's unity was a fading dream. The aftermath saw Naomi's recovery become a rallying point. Fans shared clips of her iconic moments, her glow a symbol of resilience. Bianca, determined to rebuild trust, dedicated her matches to Naomi, her promos raw with guilt and resolve. Jade remained silent, her motives a mystery, fueling speculation of deeper bloodline ties. The WWE Universe mourned the ideals the bloodline once embodied: family, strength, loyalty. The attack on Naomi, orchestrated or not, was a betrayal that cut deep, a wound to the heart of wrestling's soul. The fans' chants for Naomi, their boos for Jade, their hope for Jey, they were a chorus of a fractured dynasty. As we reflect on this moment, we see the bloodline not as a monolith, but as a family torn by power, pressure, and silent resentment. Jimmy's bold warning to Bianca and Jade is a cry of love and betrayal, a husband's stand in a crumbling empire. Let this story remind us that trust is fragile, blood can bind or break, and legacy is a battle fought with heart. The Bloodline saga continues, but its soul lies in the bonds we fight to save.